So guys, 6 days ago, there was a dev Q&A, which Ivy League Gaming covered extensively. It also appeared here on Discord, and question number 16 mentioned me specifically. This has been covered by Ivy League twice and also by Ash, our two biggest content creators in the game, saying that this wasn't cool. It took me a little while to digest it, think about it with some more news today. I think I'm finally ready to speak to it. This isn't really a drama thing, but this is me kind of speaking to the state of the game and also speaking to the state of the relationship between the devs and the community, because I think it could be a lot better. And quite frankly, I think having a healthy relationship with the community and your content creators is really important, and stuff like this is not really cool. And I'm not just saying that because it has something to do with me. You know, I'm the last one to speak here. Ivy and Ash already covered this. They both were in full support of me. Thank you guys. They're awesome friends and even better creators. But if we look here, this is in reference to the Boreas nerf that is live now on Forerunner that I first broke the news about. Let's pop up YouTube so I can go back and show you the original video. Nerfed officially, Boreas. This is a video with 12,000 views. Pretty okay. More significant, over 1,000 comments. By far the most comments I've ever gotten on a video. It's not even close. And let me tell you, these comments weren't people being like, hey man, love your videos. Hey, what's up? Hey, good weather today, huh? No, it was people that were filled with vitriol. And I'll tell you, the comments were very, very much not happy with the nerf, whether that be because of what the nerf was, how it went down. But the main theme was the thing I touched on in this video, was the way the nerf was communicated and the attitude of the development team. This is not going to be a slanderous video because I know for a fact that the devs, you guys, watch my videos, and I'm trying to be polite and professional while also make sure I am being heard. My big grievance is there was no accountability taken. There's a constant passing of the buck. There is playing stupid. You were astounded. Then test better. Just say you should have tested better. You know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't take a prominent voice in the community, a content creator, and throw me under the bus. You know, I mean, this was not cool. This was an extremely poor taste. If you watch Ash's video, either of Ivy's videos, and check the comments, people don't think this was cool. There are many, many suggestions submitted. They choose just a handful to go over. Let me tell you, in the wake of the announcement, there were not some suggestions or comments on Discord about the Boreas nerf. There were dozens. There were so many. And let me tell you, most people pretty upset about it one way or another. This opinion is not a popular opinion, and certainly this was not an appropriate opinion to voice because it directly calls me out. I don't think that's cool, and it completely misrepresents what I'm saying. Don't worry, guys, I'm going somewhere with this. I fully support the Boreas nerf, and I disagree with Fastidious. Boo! I don't think his approach of asking for a refund would solve the issue. They leave it at this. This implies I was talking about a monetary refund. In no way did I ever mention that. I actually said that I think that was impossible. What I was saying was a refund of in-game level up resources and currencies used by the people to build Boreas. This was scoffed at by some, widely promoted by others, and where do we lie today? Well, they kind of dragged me through the mud, they used me for their own agenda, and now today we have arrived here. I received this message today from Arcturus, a good friend of mine who is very prominent in the Forerunner community. Would you look at that? The first thing on the notice for the Forerunner server is resources refunded.
We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it!
Yes, we will refund the development resources for Boreas. Yet, they chose to misconstrue what I was saying and talk about some vague refund when this was precisely what I spoke about, precisely what Ivy spoke about, precisely what the community was supporting. Not everybody, but many people. I just don't think it's cool to represent me in that way, my words in that way, and to come back literally 6 days later with your tail between your legs and doing exactly what we asked. There was a very healthy way to do this, a very constructive way to do this that the devs did not do. So why do I make the suggestions? Why do I make these kind of videos? You might be thinking, Fastidious, why don't you just make guides on Gear Aid 2 already? That's all you do, right? Think what you want to think. But I do it because I sincerely love this game, and I am sincerely worried about the health of the game. Honestly, I am, both as a player that loves the game and as someone whose livelihood is tied to the game. Because my livelihood currently is tied to the game, that does not mean I'm going to shill for the game. I'm going to sugarcoat anything. I hope I have made that very clear. I know not everybody likes me. I know a lot of people really do like me. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to give my opinion. I'm not asking for you to agree with it. I just would like to share it because it is what I think is important for the health of the game as I see fit. Whether that be accurate or not, I certainly have some voice, so I like to express how I actually feel. And that's what I'm trying to do here. Why am I so concerned? Well, let's click off of this video and let's go to this video I released 8 days ago. This was announcing the Hotsit Artemis banner. This is a banner that was very, very widely publicly known through some time traveler stuff, through some asset exploration, all things which I did not do, but I immediately become privy to because I'm connected within the community, right? I took it upon myself to share this once I had the news confirmed already by Destined on YouTube. Destined makes amazing content on these subjects, and I gave all my thoughts. I even predicted the date of the banner correctly, which is coming tomorrow on March the 8th, right? So how did people respond to the news? Well, there's a lot of comments, 191. That's about more typical. I'll tell you, 1,018 isn't normal, and that's what I'm trying to express. There was sincere outrage and many people threatening to quit or literally quitting the game. So, what were these comments like? A lot of people getting excited for the banner. You know, I have a big guide on Artemis. I'm a big fan of his. Everybody knows how awesome Hotsit is, but a lot of people were legitimately concerned, and I have had this opinion directly expressed to me many times in many different ways since the Boreas nerf, and they're very concerned about, should I ever spend another penny on this game? And you know, I do not spend, but I absolutely do support people who choose to spend because they keep these games alive, and if it brings them happiness and if it's done in a way within their means, I think that is absolutely their right. I have never wavered on that. Some people like to pretend I have something against spenders. In literally no way. There'd be no game without spenders. I'm not Delulu. I'm not crazy, right? But what is going on here? People are scared to spend on the game. They're scared to engage with that kind of monetized content in the game. They don't want to spend their resources. Some of them don't even want to keep spending the game because they just think the next fun hero they can get their hands on is going to be absolutely nerfed into the turf. So let's go to some comments here. Will they get nerfed? Who knows? Really hesitant to spend on this banner. Let's go to the next one. Be interesting to see if they nerf her into the ground after she starts dominating post Boreas. They probably gonna nerf Artemis in a month or two after they farm everyone for money. Pull, but don't spend. And then that fist up emoji. Pretty dramatic, but yeah. I mean, cool, but Moonton isn't getting any more of my money after the Boreas debacle. Hotsit nerf in a month or two. On to the next one. Yeah, not spending a dime after they nerfed Boreas. Everyone will spend like crazy to get her or max her, and then, oh no, we need to rework her. Good try, but nope. On to the next one. Not spending on this banner, though the heroes are nuts. Not supporting the nerfing of OG champs and rates. On to the next one. Nerf Hotsit because I don't have her. All right, that one's a joke. To the next one. Quiet with bringing up nerfs. So this is another voice I hear in the community. They're blaming the nerfs on the content creators. No one was calling for nerfs. We're just trying to speak to both sides of these issues. That's all it really comes down to. Artemis, get ready to be nerfed. Is there one last one here? Oh, that's the last one. We got another one. So this is something that Moonton actually expressed directly to me they were not happy about. I'm not trying to say that's a good or bad thing, but they said they didn't want me sharing these kind of rates. You know, at the end of the day, the rates are public. Whether you describe public as shared in the game, which absolutely they should be, because I believe in transparency. And I believe in transparency because I sincerely think it will make you guys more money, Moonton. I honestly do. Having an open and honest relationship with your community is what has made your company and your game special and different than some other games we know. Polarium, Raid, you know what I mean? So if we look here, I was saying actually, because the rates are uneven, this is far better than a 10x rate up. Depending on what banners you look at, the rate up on Hotsit was either a 30x or a 51x. That's coming on the banner tomorrow. And then on Artemis is either a 16x or a 27x. This had a lot of people excited. A lot of people also didn't care. If we go to nerf here, you'll see excited for Artemis, not so much for Hotsit. Go on, go on, go on. But I'm not spending real money anymore after the Boreas Ultra nerf. Go to the next one. I love Boreas, don't like the nerf. I don't give a shit anymore what rates they give. I'm not spending $1 on this game anymore after what they did to Boreas. Why should I spend on Hotsit if anything can get nerfed? Nah, F up. I'm not going to say the F word right now. So they nerfed Lightlock just before to release Artemis. That one's a bit different because Lightlock was broken. So as you can see, there is a theme here, a big old theme here, right? We see a pattern. I've seen this all over Discord. I've seen it all over YouTube comments. I've seen it constantly in my streams on Twitch and YouTube. People have a very, very bad taste in their mouth. They are not happy at all. Look at that. I clicked on North Throne, or tried to, because that's where Boreas should be. Story for another day. Let's just pull up the guy and let's wrap up. Moonton, you sincerely do have a problem. There's no two ways about it, and I don't see this going away until you've re-earned the goodwill of the player base. A good way to do that is to be transparent. Another good way is to be accountable. The best way is to be both. Everything I say comes from a place of love. I love this game, and I honestly love the way you guys have communicated with us, the player base, and us, the content creators, until recently, quite frankly. Since the new year, I just feel like things are not great at all. I feel like the shadiness is up to 11. I feel like there's a lot of more kind of money grabby feeling things. This may not be the intention, but I'm telling you, as someone who can speak for at least a portion of the community, this is how it feels. There is no reason for us all to lose hope in the game right now. Absolutely not. We're 7, maybe 8 months into the game now. We only launched back in July of 2023. But also, the game's been out long enough that we can start trying to identify patterns, and we're going to have some pivotal moments like this to see if the game can come out on top. The devs, you guys have impressed me a ton so far, but obviously there have been a lot of misfires lately. Do you want to go the Polarium route? No. You want to have something that can honestly live for a really, really long time, make player bases really, really, really happy, and make you guys buckets and buckets and boatloads of money. All right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know anything, but maybe I do kind of know something. And I know that a large portion of the community would be a lot more excited to spend if you guys were a lot more honest. Before I end it right there, I just want to say one more thing. I think it's really important for people in general in their lives, but also you guys as a company that is trying to communicate with your community to understand the difference between criticism and constructive criticism. There really is a major difference. Some people play games and they're angsty and they just want to yell and whine about things. We all know it to be true. Myself as a content creator, I know it far too well to be true, right? But a lot of us sincerely care about these games. They're big parts of our lives, and what we do, the criticism we levy against it, it comes from a place of love, a place of wanting the game and the community to be better and stronger than ever. I sincerely still think we have an awesome thing here. I hope it's not all going to go to bits. Sorry if parts of this have come out kind of dramatic. I've had a lot of pent-up things. I actually think I stayed fairly calm through this whole thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is keep my goddamn name out of your dev Q&A mouth, all right? And if you're going to do it, ask me directly. Be polite about it, and on top of that, try to lend more credence to the things your content creators are telling you. Playing it off as if it was some unreasonable thing, but then if we looky here, just 6 days later, you did exactly what I asked. You did exactly what Ivy asked. We actually do know a thing or two. Try listening to us, but more importantly, try listening to the community. Guys, have a great weekend. See you tomorrow for some pulls. If you don't want to spend, I don't blame you. If you do want to spend, I don't blame you. Good luck to everyone. Share it with your mother. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.